For this last video, we're just going to look at two more examples. One more that is pretty similar to number 4 and 5, and then the last one that's just a little bit more complicated. Got some power and the product property in there. So looking at number 6, I'm going to start with that very first step again, where I'm going to distribute my exponent of -3 to every single term that is in here. So I have a -3 going to the -2, to my x, and to my y. Now this -2, we have to be a little bit careful. That negative is going to be a part of the 2. It's going to be part of its base. So whenever you have a negative number, it's always a safe bet that you're going to need parentheses. So this is going to be -2 to the -3rd power. And then when I distribute that -3 to the 6, again, with my rule, since it's a power to a power, I'm going to multiply those. So 6 times -3, I get -18. And then for my y, -3 times -3, I get a +9. Okay, and so from here I do have a few more things I need to do. First, I see that I have 2 negative powers. I can't have any negative powers if it's not simplified all the way if I do. So for the -2 and for the x, I need to cross the line, change the sign. So that leaves a y to the 9th on top. And now my -2 is going to be to the +3rd power, and x is going to be to the +18. And again, that is only with negative exponents. So if this -2 had a +3 here instead, that -2 would stay on top. It's only when the exponent itself is negative do we move it to the bottom or have it flip. Okay, and then the last thing I can do is I can go ahead and do -2 to the 3rd power. When typing this in your calculator or online, make sure that you put parentheses around that -2. And when you do that, you should get -8 x to the 18th. Okay, let's do one last one. So here I have some product property, but I also have these parentheses. Kind of just like when we're doing solving equations, we always distribute first, we always do the parentheses. We're going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute my power. And when I do that, I get 2 cubed. And then 4 times 3, I get x to the 12th. And then 3 times 3, I get y to the 9th. Okay, and then now here we need to remember back to 6.1a when we did product property. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my number out in front. This is my 2 cubed out in front. And then I went all my x's together because I can only multiply things with the same base, or use the product property of those with the same base. So I have x cubed, I have an x to the 12th, and x to the -15. And then I'm going to go ahead and move my y's together. So I have a y to the 8th, y to the 9th, and then I have a y. And so we have to remember back in 6.1a, whenever there is not an exponent on any of these, there's really an imaginary 1. So I'm going to go ahead and write that 1 in there. Now from here, I'm going to simplify. So if I put 2 to the 3rd power in my calculator, you should get 8, because that's really saying 2 times 2 times 2. And then with my product property, that told me I need to add my exponents. So I'm going to do 3 plus 12 plus -15. And then same thing with my y's. Three plus 12, I get 15. 15 plus -15, I get 0. 8 plus 9, I get 17. 17 plus 1, I get 18. And now for my very last thing, anything to the 0 power is just 1, so I can go ahead and just cross that out. And so my final answer is 8y to the 18th. Okay, that is it for today. If you want to look at some extra examples, those are linked below. Otherwise, you can go ahead and get started on that exit ticket. I hope you all have a great day.